What's up, teammates? I'm glad I said what I said last time, and that I'm seriously going to start coming with positive vibes on this situation. As I this situation meaning our beloved Las Vegas Raiders, and this is what I mean by being positive. This is the way I would portray the story when it comes to training camp and what's been going on, as far as what I've heard from the information I got from, let's say, Q Myers. I got this information from. I got it from other places, but we'll use them as an example. So I can tell you the flip side, and I can explain to you why I'm not listening to Q Myers anymore. Like I said, it's going to be a positive show. Sure, it's the negativity that I'm trying to stay away from, and I'll display to you what I mean by this. If I was telling you about how spring training was going, I would say this: we run hundreds of plays in screen painting. His mini camp, perhaps if not tens, perhaps even 100 in the last 2 days. We've seen Aiden O'Connell, Gardner Minshew, and the other players getting out there, getting their reps. It seems like the reps may be evenly dispersed, or maybe even in Aiden O'Connell's favor, since he is the starter of the team. Then we believe that he's probably getting those reps better. So they've had maybe 4 or 5 interceptions in the last 2 days of practice, which is let's say maybe 10% of the total passes. So I think they're on a good pace with that. The running back room looks sharp. The team seems happy. They seem like they're coming together. It seems like everybody's starting to get a handle on the playbook. No one has it down perfectly. Is not going to in 3 4 days. But the playbook is going to be out there. They're going to have plenty of time to study it, and everybody agrees that this is the best time for that type of thing. This is where the champions go home and study, and this is where the practice teamers go home and sleep. So we're looking at the end of OTAs, end of mini camp, mandatory mini camp. Is that what it at? And things are looking good. The team is happy. They're fresh. The building is excited. The coaches have been speaking with each other about how to stay with the team, how to stay together, how to be a family to one another. And that type of thing is what's going to, going forward, is what's really going to help the Raiders accomplish the goals that they're looking for in the upcoming season. Thank you. And see, and that is what I would like to say. This is what I heard from the other person I was listening to. The offense is having its woes. They've thrown 5 interceptions that were overthrown balls. Some balls are like, hey, where are those balls even going? There's been interceptions. They've dropped passes. They can't get the offense right. The defense is just tearing them up. The defense is so powerful and great that there's nothing that the offense can do, and it's just looking like a shambles as far as the offense is concerned. They need to get it together, and if they don't get it together, our season's not going anywhere, because our defense will have it, but if Aiden or Gardner Minshew, who are below average quarterbacks, who I don't think can take us to where we want to be, if they can't be at least that, then we're not going to have a very good season. He gave you all the same information I gave you, but on a different spin. Just a hopefully this is going well spin, not a look, this is going terrible spin. And it won't keep getting better because we got Aiden O'Connell for our quarterback. Staying away from negativity, man, and that's what that was. Just spin it a different direction and make things feel good. Don't spin it that way because you want Aiden to be unsuccessful. And there's just outlets out there who genuinely just don't want to see Aiden successful because they've been saying he stinks for so long. They're not even just willing to say he's here. We got Gardner. We got a lot of people saying he's here. We got Gardner. Let's let him fight it out and see what happens. And we got a lot of people saying there's no way that Aiden O'Connell can start because Gardner Minshew is just a veteran who's making too much money to not start. And then there are people saying Aiden O'Connell can do it. But there's too many people saying that it won't happen at all because they want to blame the quarterbacks just so they can, at the end, feel good about being right. We all want to be right, but not at the cost of our progress. But that's just me. That's just the way I see it. It's the way I'm trying to go with it. Speaking of positivity, there's all kinds of positivity thrown through the building, man. Everybody's just really buys into AP, and that's everyone's statement, from the janitor to the cook to the GM. Everyone agrees that the energy is there and that AP is the battery that's generating it. And that's a wonderful thing. That means we found our head coach. So nobody denied that at all. I don't know how long the extension is going to be at the end of the year when the contract talks come out, but we're talking 5 to 7 years, maybe even 10. He's going to have a super solid contract no matter what happens. I mean, we would have to tank to the bank and have the worst season ever, and Gardner nor Aiden could pull off a 500 record. It'd have to be a terrible, terrible season. But it's not going to be. And if it's partially good, and if it's definitely just great, we're going to be happy as a team with Antonio Pierce being our coach for a long time. Because if you think Max almost walked out on the Raiders, we don't want our cook and our security walking out on us too, because everybody is believing in Antonio Pierce this time around. So as long as we have a decent squad, a decent record, we are going to have AP. And AP is going to be standing on that mantle right next to Max Crosby. Because Max Crosby is the shining star that's going to lead this Las Vegas Raiders team to as far as we can go. Because that push and that drive is really being infectious now. Before it was there, before it was watching Max do it, before it was being in awe of it, but now it's become awe and inspiring. So they're not looking at it like, wow, look at him do that. They're looking at him like, wow, how come I'm not doing that? And then it's like, wow, DT, what's the tackle that we just brought in? Wilkins. He's right there a step behind Max. And he outweighed me by 100 pounds. I better start bullishing and start getting down with the plan. And our rookies, like, look at the vets. I better be doing at least 125% of what the vets are doing. I'm not going to make the squad. We got leadership, we got love, and we got, I was going to say a chief, but fuck the chief. We got a leader in Max Crosby. We got a leader in AP. And we have a team that believes in everything that they're saying and everything that they're doing. And they're willing to follow step. And that is what makes a successful team. And that's why we're going to be successful no matter who our quarterback is. Because our quarterback, it starts, beat out the other one, which means he's the best we have on our team. And if we have the best quarterback on our team doing the best they can do with everybody around them, doing the best they can do because they believe in what they're trying to do and they love the system and they bought in, you can't stop that. And that's where we are and that's where we're going. And if you love the Raiders, you should love that because I love it too. It's a hard times in the content creating world. It's my first time coming through it, and boy, it's gonna be tough. So I'm going to start a series. I have to pay for my PFF subscription. Boy, well, whatever, I pay for it. They got a lot of nerve charging you so much money just for information. But they got my money. I got my PFF subscription. I'm going to go through the numbers like you know I love to do. Chop it up, slice it up, go room by room, player by player, position by position. When we get into it, chop it up and see why the Chiefs are supposed to be so much better than we are added up as a group, and see where we are as a team and how close we are to that by a PFF score. And the comparison should be interesting to look at. And I don't know. I'll see how much I can get in on even the personality, and maybe I can check a little bit of the game out, see why they are or are not talented players. It depends on what I can find. So I anticipate working for something, but I also anticipate bringing you something decent. So you want something good, you want something happy, come on through. I'm gonna try this tagline, going with can't win them all. Cards will get dark. When you want to see the light, silver lining, come see Guru. Guru out.